Right, so this is the box, and here is a picture of what is inside the box. And this video is going to be helpful to anyone who is interested in maybe buying a kit like this to grow plants. And this is just one method of growing plants in a hydroponic system. So let us go ahead and unbox. Now this is the bucket, right? This is the bucket that will basically be the reservoir to hold the nutrient solution, right? So here you have your 5-gallon bucket, and the next part to it is attaching the lid, right? This is the lid. The styles may vary because the ones that were given to beneficiaries last year, 2023, didn't come with a style like this. It just came with the cutout here to attach these square looking attachments, right? As you can see, they have this section here that was made to push into that section like that. So what's next? Now these vertical systems, they also carry a water pump, and this came inside the box as well. So let's unbox the pump. Now inside the box we have a hose, we have a water pump, right? This is the water pump. It's a very small pump, doesn't burn a lot of electricity. And then we have different sizes connectors, right, to fit different size hose, right? So what we are going to do now is after we reach this stage, we are basically going to assemble the pump. Okay, you must assemble the pump at this stage, or assemble the pump before you start doing anything else. So let's assemble the pump. So what you are going to do is fit each of the connectors onto the hose and see which one goes in better, which to me is this one. So since as I know that this one will fit the hose, what I'm going to do is screw this down into this part of. So you screw it down into the pump, not too tight because you will break it. And after that, you are going to push the hose onto the connector part, right? And that is it. That is basically it. You don't need to put anything over it to hold it onto the barb section, right? You can use a tie strap if you want, if you feel like it's going to slide off, but it's not going to slide off. You could leave it just like that. What we are going to do now is we are going to put the pump if you find that this part of the pump is coming off, you just kind of snap it right back on. Okay, so we are going to put the pump into the bucket like that, right? And it will basically, as you can see, it has 4 suction holders underneath, right? And there they are, 4 of them. So you can basically just set it in the center like that, and then your hose will come up like this. Okay, now this electrical wire we'll need to put the electrical wire into the container like that and take it back through this section right here, right? And then this is where this cutout right here is where the wire will go, so that it is not clinch on the edge of the bucket right here. That is why they cut this part out right here, right? Now if you realize my pump turned over, so I'm going to fix it. Ensure that the hose is not bent. This is how it should look. So the hose should basically come up through like that, right? What's next? So what we are going to do now is we are going to continue adding these vertical planters, right? And it's kind of difficult to hold the camera while doing it, but I'm showing you. So while you're putting it in, you have to ensure that the hose comes up through the center, right? Please bear with me. Okay. Like that. Oops. Like that. Okay, so as you can see, the hose comes up. Now if you are only growing 4 plants, these are basically detachable, so I can basically take this one off if I want, right? I can take them off. So you can decide how many plants you want to grow, but we are going to be using the entire height of this system. Okay, now this is the next section, and this section has this connector, right? It's a connector, and it's basically it basically causes the water to come up and spray in different directions. As you can see, it has several holes in it. So this one, right, you are going to screw down onto this right here. So you just screw it down, right? Screw it down like that. And if you realize, there's also a knob on the top here that can also turn. Now it needs to be open for the water to come up and drain back down into this section. So ensure that you put this part on, not too tight, but tight enough, right? So what we're going to do now, and this part you can also take this part off, right? Because this underneath here, this is where the hose, this hose right here, the end of it will connect to, which I'll show you shortly. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plants on each side, right? So this system can hold 20 plants. Now this is the end of the hose. So what you are going to do now is attach the end of the hose onto this part that comes underneath this section. This is how it will sit, right? As you can see. Okay, and this cover now will go on top of it like that, right? And basically the hose inside will have some amount of length. All you have to do is just pull the extra hose or slack back down into the bucket. So you could push your hand through here and you could pull on the hose, and it will basically go down into the bucket, right? If you find that the hose is being bent too much, what we can do is we can cut the hose as well. Okay, we can cut the hose, but we are not going to cut the hose now. We are going to wait until we basically put water in the system, into the bucket, and turn on the pump to see if we need to cut the hose, right? So that we can take out some of the slack that is basically in it now. And then of course we have the net cups, right? These are the net cups that will go into this section, into each of these sections, right? Like that, right? And these net cups or net pots will be the holding site for the plants or the seed or whatever we are starting with, whether seed or seedlings. Let's put in all of them, and as I said, there are 20 sites on this system. Now this is how it looks, and this is actually where it might stay. This is a little shaded area that I made from using shade cloth, right? I'll either leave it on the stand here, the raised stand right here, or maybe I'll put it somewhere on the ground. Okay, and this is the first video in a series of videos that I'll be doing with you to show you how to grow the plants in this system. And we are going to do this from start to finish, where you will be harvesting crops. So all you have to do is just follow these steps and follow exactly what I'm doing, and let us grow together. Thank you for viewing. If you have any questions, put them in the section, the comment section, and we will talk about it. Thank you.